Yes, Director Kelly. The board met in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9A with respect to the industrial disability retirement claim involving former employee Michael Lewis, firefighter Michael Lewis. No action was taken on that matter, and it is set for consideration under the action items in public session.
What is the board's pleasure with the industrial retirement request for Michael Lewis?
Make a motion, we adopt.
We've got a motion by Director Gould and a second by Director Newcomer. Board Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Directors Monk,
Aye.
Gould,
Aye.
Kelly,
Aye.
Rosali, Newcomer, Scheidegger,
Aye.
Clark, Pearson,
Aye.
Jones absent. Motion passes.
Okay, the next item would be President's report. The President is way from the dais. We'll go on to the Fire Chief's report.
President Kelly, Board of Directors, happy to be here this evening. I know I haven't been here the last two meetings. I took a scheduled vacation, but it's very, very good to be back, and it's been fast and furious since getting back. First off, I want to update you on our California Emergency Management Agency Exercise Simulation Center. As you know, and President Jones and Director Orzali were with us last April in Washington, D.C. We were awarded a grant by Cal EMA to set up a exercise and simulation center, state-of-the-art, here in California as an educational piece. And I know many board members have inquired, we're still here. We're not building our boardroom. And I know that's had some angst amongst the board of directors because we'd like to get going. But Metro Fire has really bent over backwards to make this great idea into a reality. And in October, we completed the business plan for this that will be submitted to the Secretary of Cal EMA. And he'll be getting a copy tomorrow. We're supposed to have been meeting with him since early October, but he's an extremely busy individual as a governor's appointee, and it's been very tough to do that. But we have a meeting now scheduled for the 3rd of December. And but I'm happy to say that with the hard work of Larry Davis and Chief Holbrook and a bunch of our staff, that we have the plan done. It'll be presented, delivered to him by hand tomorrow. I think that the Board of Directors would be very proud to know that this simulation center business plan demonstrates that just in one exercise, it will save the state of California over $800,000 from what they do today. And I think that's an exciting thing that especially the state under this great governor that's trying to deal with such tough fiscal problems is looking that far-reaching ahead. And it's also going to offer the opportunity to train our people and people from throughout the United States. And we have worked very closely with Homeland Security, Science and Technology, FEMA, Summit, you name it, all over. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to let you know that we're trying to bring this across the finish line. We have submitted all the building plans to Rancho Cordova, and we expect to be permitted within the next 2 weeks. And at that point, it would be a project which we've already awarded through an RFP process, I believe, to Roebling Construction to begin building, and I think we anticipate about a 6-month process to do the tenant improvements to that building. So we're submitting this tomorrow ahead of doing the presentation because the secretary was so busy. Hopefully I'll be receiving a call from him over the weekend or early next week. It's an exciting program. It's a great addition to the Sacramento region, and I really think it takes off the hat to how hard our staff at Sac Metro has worked with Cal EMA and with the state, and what a great partnership we have as we move forward. The other issues I'd like to cover tonight is that our offices will be closed Monday, November 12th in observance of Veterans Day. And what a better group, there is no better group to honor than our veterans from all wars and conflicts that have gone. We have many of them that work for the fire department. There's many that have been, from World War II. There's a few that are left. I think we might have a few from World War I. Maybe they're in their hundreds or up there. No, maybe not, but close. Yeah. I thought Dave Pearson was in that war. But listen, it's really important because not only do we have those conflicts, and a lot of us are older, but look what's happened with Iraq and Afghanistan and our young men and women that are coming home. Metro Fire, unfortunately, too often is doing the salute on the overpasses as a young man or woman comes back that was a resident of Sacramento County or even Placer County the other day and is not going to get to spend time with their family at Thanksgiving or Christmas. So Veterans Day, hats off to all our veterans for the great job they've done for the country and to be able to allow each and every one of us to be able to live and prosper in this great, great country. I have attended on Sunday the California Regional Fire Academy Class 18 graduation, and that went very well. My hat's off to Mo Johnson and the crew. They always do a great job. We also held WebEx meetings with all the shifts this week, with the exception of the day shift, which will be caught up next week. Both Chief Clough and I attended the League of Cities monthly conference call today in regards especially about the future presentations. And again, apparently I'll be leading a panel down at the League of Cities next year to discuss the issues of EMS and as a matter of fact, cost recovery issues as they relate to public sector, both cities, districts, and counties. Upcoming meetings and events. Staff will attend the annual State of the City address for Rancho Cordova. The speaker will be, and that's on the 9th. The speaker will be, which is tomorrow, Mayor David Sander, and it's at 7 p.m., Rancho Cordova City Hall, free admission. And again, I want to thank Rancho Cordova. I know we have been here for over a year, but we think we're getting close. Bear with us. They're a little frustrated, I think, that we're still here, but we're eternally grateful. And I think Chief Cockrum's working with them on perhaps extending our stay for just a little bit longer. The first open house. The fire department used to have open houses. Director Newcomer probably remembers that, but for a lot of years it didn't happen. And we're bringing that back. Staff felt it was important to board. So the first open house is going to happen on the 10th, this Saturday, Station 32, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It'll be the first of a series of open houses that will be held on a rotation basis at each station in the district. Networking within our communities. Activities will be there for the kids, safety tips relevant to each station's, community type stuff, what we do specific to their community, if they have the river water rescue, those types of things, auto extrication, and a variety of firefighter demonstrations. Also, save the date, Saturday, November 17th, 2012, the Dean Baker Memorial Crab Feed. Both myself and the entire command staff will be attending that. And that's at St. John Vianney Parish at 6 p.m. For tickets, please contact engineer Ryan Manfredi or firefighter Brian Curie. I think that they're still available for the next couple days, but I believe that's selling out very, very quickly. So if you're interested in going to the Crab Feed on the 17th, it's a great event. The other thing I'd like to announce is that today Metro Fire stepped into a new arena. We have our Thames people. I'm going to ask Chief Cockrum to come up right after I fit. Well, actually, right now would be a good time and talk about the assistance. Is he smiling? The assistance that we gave to the Federal Bureau of Investigation and law enforcement in a huge way here in Sacramento today.
I'm on here. Am I on? Evening, Director Scott Cockrum, Deputy Chief of Support Services. Thank you, Chief Inke and Chief Holbrook, giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of TIMS. They're kind of outside of the normal support services role, but these fine firefighters that represent Metro Fire, we all should be pretty proud of them. I'm happy to be up here and give you a little briefing on really the last 6 months with the conclusion of today of some of the operations that they've been involved with. But over the last 6 months, the TIMS officer or the TIMS teams has deployed 33 different times. And right now we're representing the FBI, Sacramento office of the FBI, Citrus Heights Police Department, and the Sacramento Sheriff's Department. That's who we deploy with. since the last 6 months, we through Citrus Heights Police Department and Sacramento Sheriff's Department, they sponsor one person per year to attend a training. So that's two free trainings we get a year out of them, which includes $3,000 a piece of tuition, room and board, ammunition, and everything that they need to participate in this in the Palm Springs area. We just had 2 members that concluded that training just in the last week. Today, we had the opportunity to participate with the FBI in a large-scale 2-year investigation that's been going on in the Sacramento region. And it's been related to Norteño's gang that we're all familiar with here. The FBI brought in numerous offices across the western United States to participate in this, and it included the Sacramento Sheriff's Office, SWAT, and Sacramento Police Department. They had over 20 simultaneous entries that occurred beginning at about 6 o'clock this morning, and these occurred all throughout the Sacramento County region. FBI was quick to make notification to us and asked us to participate in this a few weeks ago. We've been involved from the beginning in the entire planning stage of the medical direction of this operation in case one of their officers or suspect was injured in this. This operation today that they participated in had significant risks. They found a significant cache of arms and drugs and money. So all of those things entice the danger that was going to occur. I believe the Department of Justice was involved, Highway Patrol was involved, and they did find a significant cache of money, drugs, and weapons. We participated by having an individual at the command post that was directing all of the FBI TIMS people through that came in and participated in this. We also had our helicopter, Copter 2, I believe, was staffed at Cal Expo, which is where they had their command post. We had that staffed in for rapid response and removal of any operators that were injured, because these operations were occurring in major metropolitan part of our community as well as rural parts. So the plan that they had was comprehensive in its ability to go and get somebody who was injured in a more rural part and get a quick transport to that. We put out 2 medics to participate in this for a couple of hours this morning that were dedicated and directed by not only Brian Evers, who kind of is our leader of this, but also a doctor that is a member of the TIMS with the FBI. So it was very comprehensive. The FBI was very pleased with our participation today. We're pleased that we were able to participate, that no one was injured, and we're more pleased by the fact that we were not an afterthought in their planning process. So we're becoming, and we have been for a long time, but we're a significant partner with all of our law enforcement agencies, including our federal agencies, which is not always common throughout the United States. So we're very proud of that fact. So I'll answer any questions if I can.
I would just add that for the public out there, TEMS are our tactical emergency medics. These are firefighter paramedics who are unarmed, but go in with the FBI, with their team and their SWAT teams to make these arrests. And they're right on that front line in case one of those officers or a suspect is shot or seriously injured to be able to render aid. So, you know, to the public that's sitting at home, imagine going with a bunch of law enforcement officials who are armed to the teeth to take on other people that are armed to the teeth, but you're not carrying anything except a medical bag and the ability to provide medical care, but you've got your vest on and you're right up in there with them. So these guys do this. They volunteer to do this. This isn't something to get paid for. They volunteer to serve on these teams, probably because they're adrenaline junkies a little bit. And it's something to do, but I got to tell you, you got to take your hats off to them. And I know on behalf of you folks, and specifically me as a fire chief, we couldn't be prouder. With that, I have no new hires to report. I do have a reinstatement. Krishana Fields, Fire Inspector 2, who was laid off several years ago, and not laid off, I believe she was demoted, and then she chose to get another job in her field. She came back and we reinstated her as a Fire Prevention Inspector 2 for a position because somebody had retired. Reassignments, none to report. Retirements, November 1st, Captain Chris Mitchell, 29 years of service. Same date, firefighter Danny Nalian, 24 years of service. and Captain John Murakami, 27 years of service. And then on November 2nd, we had Captain Dano McGinn, 32 years of service, and Fire Inspector Allison War, 29 years of service. And then we had the following promotions. On November 1st, we promoted Captains J.D. McKenzie and Shani Cornell. And on November 2nd, we promoted Captain John Rudnicki. Recruitment for the single-role EMT and paramedic program continues. The candidates are going through their background investigations, have been made the conditional job offers, and are going through backgrounds. That program remains on target for a March 1st start date. And with that, I would like to take the opportunity to wish each and every one of you in the district, in the board of directors, and especially the men and women out there that are putting their lives on the line every day, a happy Thanksgiving to them and their families. And that concludes my report.
Chief Holbrook.
President Kelly, Board of Directors, Chris Holbrook, Deputy Chief of Operations. Since our last meeting, Metro Fire and AMR combined responded on 2,384 EMS incidents with a transport rate of 71.8%. That's pretty high. We've had 6 total structure fires since our last meeting. Unfortunately, one of those resulted in a fatality. The thing to appreciate in that particular incident, though, when the first arriving unit got on scene, there were 4 apartments involved. This happened at about 11:30, between 11:30 and 12 midnight. To have 4 apartments involved that fast and only 1 fatality is actually a remarkable feat. Our crews truly put themselves between the fire and the rest of the values at risk in a timely fashion, and for them, I'm tremendously proud. On November the 15th, next week, the Sacramento Regional All Hazards Incident Management Team, a Type 3 incident management team, will shadow behind and mentor Sacramento County Public Health in Operation Escape. And that is a simulated exercise in the Bay Area, or a simulated earthquake, in the Bay Area, where 100 patients will be transported via C-130 to Mather Air Force Base for patient redistribution. The issue was that there's a state plan, which is a phenomenal state plan, that says this is a public health issue, redistribution of patients. However, public health does not do that in Sacramento County. So our own all hazard incident management team is standing behind them to guide and mentor them through this process so that they have an appreciation, should and if we be required to do it, they would be able to execute that mission. Finally tonight, public information officer interviews were held this week, and we look forward to hopefully filling those positions within probably the next week to 10 days. That'll take an immense amount of pressure off of our public information officer, Michelle Idem, who truly has been doing the job of 5 by herself. Michelle unfortunately had a shoulder injury and came into the administration about 5 months ago. So naturally we tapped her for her expertise, and she's been doing a great job, but she's truly a one-person show at this time. So we look forward to getting her some assistance. With that, I'll conclude my report, and I'm available for questions.
Any questions of Chief Holbrook?
Again, President Kelly, one clarification. When we talk about 5 public information officers, this is going to be as other duties assigned. This is not special positions that are being created. In case any of the people are watching from home or in the stations, these are existing personnel that will fulfill this role as needed. And really, it's a succession plan too. It allows them the opportunity to go out there and be part of this, and it's a part of that growth and learning curve to bring them up in the organization. So we're pretty excited. But this is no new bodies, no new positions.
All right, then. Thank you, Chief Holbrook. General Counsel's report.
No report.
All right. Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District's Firefighters Local 522 report. Seeing no report. Moving on to committee and delegate reports. The executive committee has not met, is not scheduled to meet, and we'll keep you all informed if we decide to meet. Communications Center JPA, Chief Cockrum. All right. Fire rescue training, JPA. JPA met on yesterday, Tuesday? It was Tuesday?
2 days ago.
Okay. Discussed the fence funding, new fences going around the proper perimeter fencing, and wall with gates in the front that we approved here at this board. They discussed the debt that the debt that existed at when we left the Super JPA, and how to equitably determine the value of the assets that were there and split that. The Zinfandel site layout as design process developing, another expanded scope of work there. They're getting modulars from Folsom Cordova. And then to wrap this up, paramedic training starts as a non-accreditation program, and the first class is under review, and then those individuals will graduate as accredited from an accredited training program. And Mo Johnson received several compliments from Mr. Gelati. All right then. Any questions of that? Excellent. Moving on to the Finance Committee.
Finance Committee met before this board meeting this evening. We got updates and the September financial reports with the leadership of Rhonda McFarlane. We're doing good. A lot of the changes that they've made are helping us quite a bit. Specifically, putting in the medic recovery fees. Medic cost recovery is very good, and for this time this year compared to this time last year, we're up 32.48%. So it's showing that what we're doing is working, and it's a lot of hard work. Most of the other areas, we're doing fine. There's 2 grants that have been applied for, $6.1 million for SAFER grants. 2 of them SAFER and 1 through the Assistant for Firefighters grants, but 6.1 million, and crossing our fingers. That saves us a lot of money in hiring of new personnel. Let's see. Run through here. I think that's all I've got here. Jack, have you got anything that you wanted to add on that?
I just have one other comment I'll make when it's my turn. Thank you.
All right then. Policy Committee Director Orzali.
The Policy Committee has no scheduled meetings at this time. We're waiting for recommendations for policy review. Thank you.
All right, then we have board member questions and comments, and Director Scheidegger, we'll start with you.
Mr. Chairman, a couple of comments. One thing from the Finance Committee I wanted to make public note of is that the quote-unquote annual audit is starting as reported by our Chief Financial Officer, and I really appreciate the efforts that our fiscal staff is putting into preparation for this. I think it's a very important function for the integrity of our department and how we answer to the community, and so I appreciate the work we're doing, and I know we'll continue to make improvements in that area thanks to your efforts. Second area I want to comment on is the open house the chief mentioned. I want to make sure that everybody from Fair Oaks out there that's watching can't get any better than Station 32, and I hope there's some good attendance. I'm looking forward to it. Finally, I again want to thank Fire Marshal Iverson for his work in this self-inspection program. There have been a lot of comments. There's a lot of concern. As the chief said, frankly, I think it's a good thing that people are interested in asking the questions, and I'm glad that we have the staff that is doing such a fine job of helping the community ultimately get behind this. And I know it will be a good program and in a cost-effective manner provide more safety to our community. So thank you, Chief. That's it. Thank you.
All right, Director Clark.
Chair, first of all, I want to thank everyone for their reports. And above all else, I would like to thank the veterans. We got Veterans Day coming up, and I want to thank each and every veteran out there in the community for their service and their sacrifice, and we're grateful for our freedom, and it's due to our veterans going out there and putting their life on the line. And also, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Director Gould.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to thank staff for their reports this evening. I'm always impressed with the quality of those. Look forward to seeing the leadership on this airport master plan. I think that's going to be something that Metro will have a key function in as we provide that service today. I'd also like to thank Captain Evers for his participation today. As soon as he got off his event this morning, he turned right around and worked with some paramedic students that are anxious to know what lies ahead in their careers, and seeing a tactical paramedic standing there in turnouts sure got them excited about their futures, and he did a wonderful job. And we did this all remotely using technology, and so he did a wonderful job, and I wanted to publicly thank him for that. Also want to thank Chief Clough for his leadership and on behalf of Mrs. Beck. We sat here a few months ago and heard some pretty hard things to hear about what happens to families after the death of a loved one, and particularly when we spend almost every waking moment trying to make those experiences better as public safety folks, and to hear something not go so well. I appreciate his leadership in not only getting the staff here to apologize, which was totally appropriate, but also to work with Ms. Beck. And I've heard through other avenues that she is appreciative and understands that the men and women of this agency continue to perform at the highest levels, and that this had no reflection on our men and women. In addition to that, I want to thank, again, everyone that gave us their reports, and also a safe and happy holiday.
Director Monk.
I too would like to echo the comments of the fellow directors in honoring the vets. And speaking of a vet, with Chris Mitchell retiring, I worked with Chris for quite a while in the arson unit here before I retired. I want to congratulate him on making it through a successful retirement, making it to the end, and wish him well in his retirement or private practice or whatever he's going to do from here on. Want to thank the staff on their continued great efforts on the part of this fire district. And they're doing so many things in so many different areas. I don't know how to properly say thanks, but they put it out there for them. And the finance people, they continually give us excellent reports so that we can look at our budget and every month and every quarter to see where we are and make sure that we're where we need to be successful and get through this. It was nice to see Ms. Whitman here representing her company, and her attitude towards, let's call it an error, and stepping forward to make the corrections and apologies to Ms. Beck. That was truly a sad approach, and I'm glad she stepped forward to make things right. And to everybody, happy Thanksgiving. That's it.
All right, Director Pearson.
I just wanted to point out, we often don't mention one division, but, Chief Holbrook came up here and said, unfortunately, we had one death out of 6 structure fires. Every report we get, we have a number of structure fires, and fortunately, we do have very few deaths and injuries to our men and women that serve in this department, and a lot of that credit goes to the training division and the hard work that they do keeping our men and women safe and keeping our citizens safe, and we don't often give them the acknowledgement that I think they deserve. They kind of serve that role, and sometimes it's difficult. You have engine companies, truck companies that are very busy, and then here comes training, and sometimes it's not the most enjoyable thing to have to do, but the fruits of the labor is, obviously, when the time comes, we get reports from the citizens that our people are professional, well-trained, and I think that's a credit to our training division. So I just wanted to give them a thank you for keeping the death toll low and our injuries low. I mean, that means a lot to me personally. And also wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I I echo Director Clark's statements on the veterans. None of us would have what we have and be able to do what we do without the sacrifice of the men and women in the armed services. So with that, that's it.
All right, then, Director Newcomer.
I would like to congratulate our rehire, our promoters, our promotions for our 3 individuals, and then those that made it to a point in their career where they're now retired and enjoying that next stage in life. I'd like to echo everything I've heard from the directors tonight on our presentations and the work staff has done. And as tonight is my last meeting with the board, I would like to thank each and every one of you for my appointment to this board and allowing me to work with you for the fire district and for the community out there. I've enjoyed this. It's been rewarding. I'd like to see better economic times for us so more things could get done in a happier environment, but that's not the case right now. I've been asked by Director Scheidegger if I'd be interested in sitting on our Public Safety Foundation. I've expressed an interest there, and I would just like to thank everybody in this district for the job they do every day and hope that they continue with what they're doing. Thank you.
Given any thought about moving to Division 4?
I did have one offer, and I turned that down.
I wanted to see if he'd serve as my alternate when I'm not able to make it. All right, Director Orzali.
3 things. First, I'd like to express my appreciation to the chief and to the staff for the work that they've done in working with the county on the issues of the Coast Guard at McClellan. This has been a long-term struggle. It will be a struggle for a while longer. And what we've done is to step up and say, okay, we're gonna do what we can do to make this work. It's an important economic development issue for Sacramento County and for the McClellan community. And I appreciate all the effort that staff put into that. Next, I'd like to once again thank Chief Cockrum for his work on the website, because indeed I just went to the iPads for which I am being blamed by other directors. Who shall remain, Mr. Scheidegger? And check the website. Indeed, it does exactly what I'd always hoped our website would do. It works and provides information immediately and clearly, and I appreciate those efforts. And I'd also like to express my appreciation to the communities and their support for San Juan District's Measure N. That was a bond initiative that the district went into for their facilities. And as I've said before, the support of new facilities for schools is important not only to the students, but also to the Sac Metro men and women who might be called to emergencies in old and dilapidated structures. So I appreciate that support. Thank you very much.
All right, then. Want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. If you voted no on 32, Proposition 32, I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart. And I wanted to express my thanks to Mr. Newcomer for serving in the position of Director for District 4. It's been a pleasure serving with you. I'm sad to see you go. All right. Everybody have a safe and prosperous Thanksgiving. Thank you again.